I know we can do more. I announce my candidacy for the presidency of the United States.
I knew it could be a problem. I knew that I had a lot of fundamentalist believers in my constituency and that they would maybe react poorly to this. And before I decided finally to run, I said to Chrissy, obviously your being a lesbian is going to be an issue in the campaign. If this is painful for you or you don't want me to do this because of that, I will not run. And she obviously said, no, it's okay, go ahead. And then a little later, we needed someone to help. I mean, I had too many places to go. And I said, Chrissy, I want you to do this, and I want you to be honest with your story.
I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this, you know? I was out to my friends, I was out to my family, and I was out at work. But that meant coming out on a national stage. So I remember telling my dad, I was like, I got to get back to you on this. And about a month later, I decided to take the plunge, and shortly after that, my article appeared in People magazine. That was it.
People loved her. Everywhere I went, people said, your daughter's fabulous.
Reception on the campaign trail was overwhelmingly positive. People loved the message that it sent in terms of, here's a father who embraces his daughter no matter what. Even straight people would come up to my dad and say, well, you know, I think it's wonderful about your daughter and the relationship that you have. And I think people were really inspired by it.
So many people came up to us, you know, my son is gay, and I'm just so happy you came out and you said it. Or someone else will say, my sister, my cousin. The stories just come flying out of people. They come up and they cry in front of you. It's the most amazing experience that we've had with this.
I would love to get affirmation of my relationship from my parents. I feel like, you know, for the first time in a lifetime of having romantic relationships, I'm with someone who is just amazing. Like, we're great with each other. She makes me happy. I think I make her happy. Our lives are better because we're in each other's lives. So we decided we're going to exchange rings and make verbal commitments to each other in a private ceremony.
She's determined I got to accept her lifestyle. She knows I love her.
If she wants me to rejoice that they are lovers, then I'm not there. But if I can rejoice with the fact that Sandra makes her happy and she's happy with that friendship. And that's where I am.
My theological belief is that all loving relationships are honored by God. I do not believe that the Bible speaks against loving, committed homosexual relationships.
The core principle of the Bible is about love, is about the human condition. It is about inclusion. It's about justice for all people, not just some people.
We are never to be exclusive. God's world is always inclusive.
Jesus, he always embraced the outcast. So how a church can make someone an outcast and call themselves Christian doesn't make any sense.
He loves everybody just the way they are, gay or not gay.
Exactly.
This utter, absolute, asinine, idiotic stupidity of men marrying men. And I thank God that President Bush has stated we need a constitutional amendment that states that marriage is between a man and a woman.
I told folks, when you go in that voting booth and you pull that curtain, remember God's still watching.
There should be no law that should stop anyone from loving another person. Isn't that what we're here to do? Love thy neighbor?
I feel like that might be just reading too closely into the Bible, where these people are just trying to, because they don't agree with it, they're trying to use the Bible and religion to back them up on it.
In the Bible, a man acquired his wife. That's what marriage was in the Bible. We don't do that anymore. A Jewish tradition used to be that the man consecrated the woman by putting a ring on her finger, and she was consecrated to him. He could have other wives. Nowadays, we have a two-ring exchange. Both are made holy to each other. The man's not going to take other wives. She's not taking other husbands. Things change. Just because it's written in the Bible doesn't mean that's how we do it today.
We've been kind of on a journey for the last 6 years. It's made life a whole lot more interesting. The doldrums are gone in a lot of ways. But in that journey, we've met the most wonderful people. Gay, lesbians, bisexual, transgendered people that are talented, sweet, caring, loving segment of society.
Equal rights is what we want.
Somehow, it wasn't a segment of society that we were part of, and now we are, and we're part of it because of Jake.
My name is Jacob Brayton, and I came to Colorado Springs to ask you to focus on my family for a day. I'm a gay man, and I'm here with my mother and my father, who love me and accept me exactly as I am. To be a family means to love and to accept and to embrace. These are my parents. This is what it means to be a family. Focus on the family teaches people to reject their gay sons, their lesbian daughters, and it has to end.
I am here in Colorado because I raised my children on the teachings of James Dobson and Focus on the Family. I read his books, I received his newsletter, and I listened to his broadcast almost every day for many, many years.
Homosexuality and children and what we need to do to protect them.
In the last 6 years, I have realized how damaging his anti-gay rhetoric is.
Jim Dobson began as a wonderful family counselor, and now he's become a danger to himself and to the nation. He has told untruth about gay people for so long, he doesn't know what truth is anymore.
Mel is really the reason that we have gotten so involved with the church work. He really explained it to us so beautifully, how important it was to change the churches, to go to the source. And we felt like we were going to the source when we were going to Dobson's headquarters.
This is no longer about just their gay son. This is where my mom and my dad have found meaning.
There's something about doing justice and doing it with your son who is gay that's just it's so empowering. Soul Force had asked families to send in letters, and so they asked me to read my letter.
We got to the spot and they have it roped off. In fact, they had covered up their sign so it couldn't be seen.
Excuse me, Focus on the Family is closed to all guests and visitors. Anyone coming on to Focus on the Family property is subject to arrest.
I wanted people to know how we felt about Dobson, and I wanted people to know how much we love Jake.
Dear Dr. Dobson, Philip and I have a gay son, Jake. When Jake first came out to us, we knew nothing about homosexuality. We had to educate ourselves. We read many books. But more importantly, we talked to psychologists and psychiatrists about understanding homosexuality. We were told to love and accept Jake as a gay man.
Jake was in the middle, and Jake has grown up a lot since he first came out. He's taller than both of us now, and his arms were around us. It was like he was shepherding us.
But we worry for Jake.
And he has taken us on this journey.
He's a courageous young man who feels a passion for justice.
And I was very proud of her because here was a mother who was saying, Dr. Dobson, I'm doing my best to focus on my family. Here's how I'm doing it. Hear me out. And he wouldn't hear us out.
Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever
And
is
she
right,
read the Bible verse that our family reads a lot. My grandfather's favorite verse. That's when I got moved. And I started to cry because it just brought back that idea of family to me, you know? That's why we were there. We were there because of family.
And I want to bring this to Dr. Dobson now.
If you do come onto the property, you can and will be arrested for trespassing. I'm an attorney. I'm a Christian. I'm a father.
I love my family, and every day my family is assaulted by Dr. Dobson. We're going to deliver this letter to Dr. Dobson. It has to stop.
Folks, I'll have to ask you to stop there then. You are under arrest for trespassing.
I remember this was such a surreal moment with so many cameras and so many police officers for the three of us, you know. And just thinking, well, that was important.